Okay everyone, now that I got my underrated movies out of the way, it's time to do my top 5 overrated and most surprising. Well, it's not a top 5 overrated or a top 5 surprising. I decided to combine my most surprising and most overrated films into one. I have 3 surprises and 2 movies I find to be overrated, but I still somewhat like them in my opinion. We're going to see how long I can do this in the course of 5 to 6 minutes. So let's get started. Number 5 for the third most surprising movie is The Babysitter. The Babysitter I thought was a good surprise. I thought this was a pretty interesting movie. I did not watch any trailers or anything. I did watch a few reviews to see what I could expect. And surprisingly, I thought The Babysitter was a pretty entertaining movie. It did have its problems, but I forgave them because it was a good horror comedy. You can't expect this to be a 100% horror film because it's being funny at the same time, and I thought it was pretty good. The acting was solid. I think McGee's direction is pretty good. He is a really good director. I love the Charlie's Angel movies, and I like Terminator Salvation. I think The Babysitter is a pretty entertaining movie. Bella Thorne was good in here. She's much better here than Amityville: The Awakening. I think the acting was great. The premise was good. It has some clever jokes, clever writing. There were some parts that I didn't like, but at the end of the day, I still think that The Babysitter is a pretty entertaining watch. Coming in number 4 for my second most surprising movie is Coco. This is a movie that I had on my least anticipated movies of the year, and I did not anticipate this movie whatsoever. Not because it was Pixar, it's because I was just not anticipating it. After Cars 3 made me mad, this actually was good. I love how day-to-day tradition is done right. The animation is great. I love the voice acting. I like the story in here. Yeah, it may be similar to the Book of Life, which I also like, but I think this is a pretty good film as well. Pixar always brings their A game. They always know what to do, and they always know how to make a pretty entertaining film for the kids. And this is way better than Cars 3. It's way better than Cars 2, Cars 1, Wall-E, and Brave. Coco is a pretty entertaining movie, and I think that this movie is a really great movie. And definitely coming in number 3 for my number 1 most surprising movie is Despicable Me 3. Now, I was not a fan of the Despicable Me movies. I did not care. I have never seen the other 2 until now, and the other 2 were pretty good. And Minions was also pretty funny, and Despicable Me 3 was the one movie that can change my mind. And it changed my mind, and I thought that Despicable Me was a pretty entertaining movie. I thought it was very fun, very entertaining, it was very well done. The Minions are cute, voice acting is great, Steve Carell is great. Only problem I have with the movie is the border is annoying, but I'll get some more on that when I review it. But I think that Despicable Me 3 has a lot to offer, and it is a pretty entertaining movie. And I really do think Despicable Me 3 is a really good end to the trilogy if they do a 4th one. I'm up for it, but I love Despicable Me, and keep Despicable Me as a trilogy and just do another sequel to Minions or something. But I really do like Despicable Me, and it was a good surprise. And I'm glad I like Despicable Me because the Minions are cute. To the 2 movies that I find to be overrated. This is a pretty short list, to be honest, and I want to do this in under 5 or 6 minutes. So let's go. Number 2 for only 2 overrated movies. One of them is a superhero movie, and the other is a Disney film. So number 2 for my overrated film is Logan. Logan, I still like this movie. I still enjoy the movie. I just don't think it's the best Wolverine out of the 3. Because the Wolverine 2013 is the better movie. But I do appreciate what they were doing here. They gave Hugh Jackman a really good R-rated film. James Mangold directed very well. All the acting is good. Only problems is I feel like the movie gets a little bit too brutal in parts. It gets a little boring. And sometimes you're going to need... I can't understand what the Spanish characters are saying. So the next time you do a movie with subtitles, put some subtitles in for a character who has Spanish, okay? But I do love X-23. I do like how the movie ends. I do love everything else in this movie. And this movie took some risk. And seeing Wolverine go berserk was pretty good. Hugh Jackman, enjoy your Wolverine retirement. You deserve it. You gave us 17 years of greatness. And we will always remember Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He's not dead, but he did say he was done with Wolverine, and he's sticking to that. Lesson one is time. Whoever plays Wolverine in the MCU, we'll see how. My number one pick for the most overrated film of 2017. Like I said, I only had 2 overhyped movies and 3 surprises. Even though I had other surprising movies, I decided to go with 5 picks to complete the list. 3 of them are surprising movies, which was The Babysitter, Coco, and Despicable Me. And the most overrated movies, 2 is Logan, which I still like, but I do have problems with. But this movie I actually have, but my mom bought it. It's Disney's Beauty and the Beast 2017. The original is a much better movie. I do like this one, but it is not as great as everyone says it is. Yeah, it is basically the same thing we've seen before in '91, just in live action. I don't like the gay stuff with LaFau and stuff. I don't know why that was at, and there's not a whole lot different. And I felt like if you would change things up, I felt like this would have been a much better, much different remake of the Disney Beauty and the Beast film, but sadly that wasn't the case. I do like the costume design, the visual effects, and the acting. Best song in the movie is Evermore. I do love the newer version of Beauty and the Beast by John Legend and Ariana Grande that plays during the end credits. Emma Watson as Belle. I do like her performance, and I don't mind her singing, but this movie is just the same exact thing. And this movie did not need to be 2 hours and 9 minutes. I kind of felt like you trying to stretch out the runtime there, Disney. But for your other live action Disney remakes, can you please not do that? Just keep them short and to the point. Short and sweet to the point, and then we'll call it even. But basically, overall, Beauty and the Beast 2017, I still like the movie, but I don't love it as much as My Friend Vader 2591 does. It definitely has its problems, and I acknowledge them, but there are still some things that can have me go back and watch it once in a while. So that was my most surprising and overrated films. I told you guys I only had 2 picks for overrated and 3 picks for surprising. I hope isn't so. Let me know what you guys think of this list down below, and I'll see you guys in another video. If you like this, you can come here and we can have a good time.